Holy shit, I just don't even want to record this video today. What am I supposed to say? Holy fuck. So today it's just a very weird day for me because while I was just showering, I was just thinking about I had a bunch of these thoughts about these dark desires that I generally have. Don't we really have these things that's just stuck in our minds? Because, you know, I just feel a little bit alone these days. Just been at home, been in my own place, been in my own domain. You know, it's one of those biggest moments where you just feel so lost, just alone in this wilderness, Because around the summer of 2023, I was just in this solitude season, like after graduating high school and stuff. It was the period of where I just disappeared and deleted all my social media profiles. I even deactivated my Instagram account and deleted my Twitter account and just made a new Twitter account, and then I just vanished, disappeared. Like, no one knows who I am, right? So I guess after those periods of time where I just disconnected myself from the world, it's a double-edged sword. It's a good way to the point where you have to just limit your inputs from other societies. You have to let go of everybody, right? That is not really part of your life, that isn't in your current situation, right? It really hurts that you just have to lose people in a sense. But I guess at a period of time, yeah, you do have a fuck ton of friends. Like when you were for a long period of time, you've been friends with them, so let's say 5 or 6 or 7 years, and then later on, after graduating high school or after graduating college, you just move on and you just let go of everyone else. And I guess a lot of people are just so scared to just be alone for a small period of time. Like, it's just okay to just be in a state of solitude for a short period of time. Like, when you have it for too long, let's say all the way till your fucking 40s, it's that you have a problem right there. But it's just when you just have it for a short period of time of monk mode, because I remember during my whole entire summer, it has been a bit of monk mode where I just didn't really go out and see anyone. I didn't really never partied. I never really go anyone else. Haven't seen any of my friends. Nothing. It's just, I guess the experience is just not really ever seeing anyone face to face in person. It's just so harsh these days. It's just so fucking harsh. People don't often go to church anymore. People don't really go to school in person. People don't really go to, people just don't really have a place to where to congregate these days. A lot of people are just very lost, and I guess when you're just alone for a period of time, it kind of starts to get very awkward. A lot of people just behave so differently when you're just in this place of solitude, stuck at a fucking screen, just playing video games every now and then. I was in this situation, honestly, and I think that's what really detached myself from my social life, was just the fact that I've gotten into, sucked in to the virtual world, that really got me so aggressive and just hating all my life even more, to the point where I just want to just throw my life away. So sad, right? And yeah, you just have to lose people. I'm very picky with people. I'm very picky with friends, and I have to just set myself standards. Just like you have to set yourself some standards. You just have to set yourself some standards with the friends that you want to hang out with, right? Because you have to have some sort of respect for yourself, that I don't want to hang out with these low quality simpletons that you fucking get around with, these guys who you play video games with, who do drugs, who parties all the time, etc., etc. They're not your friends, right? Are they really making you want to grow in life? Are they even making you become better? You want to have friends that just criticize you out of tough love, not out of fucking, oh, it's okay that you do this, it's okay that you do that, nah, it's too risky, shut the fuck up. And just, are these really ever your friends? Especially for a lot of men watching this, they want challenging, They want a lot more of that challenge. So don't really pick the easy ones. Like, don't have these kinds of people who are just not giving you that much respect for your, like, for you. You know, these, Sigma males, red pill guys. Like, yeah, it's okay to always go out. It's okay to be around with people, but you have to be around with people that you can align yourself to, that you can truly resonate yourself with, that really have the same similar values as you. And I guess it's so hard when you're like in public places, because it's so hard to just relate to people. Like, not a lot of people are just on self-improvement anymore. Not a lot of people read books. Not a lot of people meditate. Not a lot of guys even go to the gym, right? It's just harsh these days, and just men are just so in this dark period of just loneliness, pain, and mental agony, devastation. There's just destruction that at some point they're gonna end up being lonely, like in their 40s and 50s. Like, fuck, this is not gonna be my life, right? Imagine yourself that if you just hang out with these people and these friends of yours who does drugs, who plays video games, who smokes weed, and who watch porn. Like, are these guys even your friends? Do these guys really want the best out of you? They want you to even be successful? No, they don't. Like, I even went through this situation one time. Like, ever since the pandemic came by, I used to hang out with these motherfuckers who used to always do fucking degenerate habits, bro. Like, holy shit, I don't know why I fucking hanged out with these people, man. It's like one of the biggest regrets of my life, where I just threw my life away. And just don't be like this. Don't be the type of guy who just reaches this success in some mastery in a field or a skill that you're in, where you reach that success. Because sometimes success can be really dangerous, right? Because when you reach that success, you're gonna get a fuck ton of distractions. Like, I remember when my channel just became very successful, when it's done very well. I don't know if that's what I would define success, but when that channel kind of blew up, like, I started getting distracted as fuck by all my friends. Like, these guys who I used to be around with, like, I used to get super distracted by these people, right? Where I would always play every now and then. I would always play, Roblox with them, play Minecraft with them. I would, go on these cringe VCs, and most of these motherfuckers getting into hentai. I had like a bunch of these friends who always liked the same girl. It's just so fucking disgusting, man. Imagine, like, if you were to be the type of guy who just obsess over watching hentai, is this really what you want? Just to throw your life away? Like, it's just nothing, and you just lose the good people that is in you? No one really tells you about this. We often believe that life can often be somewhat of a gamble, that we're just lucky that we have these things. But the truth is, we have to just know what to do. We just need some bit of motion and action both at the same time. Because when you just align with just motion and action at the same time, you're willing to kind of know what you're doing in life. There's this saying that if it's gambling if you don't know what you're doing, but it's not gambling if you know what you're doing. So just figure out what you're doing. Because when you lose these, shit friends that just don't ever help you, that don't ever make you grow, then don't be afraid to just lose them. It's not ever a gamble. And if they're changing, then that's good. And I get it. You want to get your friends onto self-improvement. You want to get your friends into quitting video games. You want to get your friends into, quitting alcohol or quitting drugs. I get it. But just understand that they just haven't been exposed to this pain yet. Like, the reason why they're not onto self-improvement is because they haven't been exposed to the hardships that they've been through. Like, they haven't had this huge rock bottom, like this rut in this pain, this destruction that they've had, that eventually just hits them rock bottom. For me, the reason what really got me into self-improvement is the fact that, and the truth is, no one ever got me into self-improvement. I discovered it myself, because I just realized that I was lost as fuck, dude. I was lonely as fuck. Like, I never had anyone that could fucking relate to me. I was an outcast. Like, no one ever wanted to invite me into their friend groups. And the people that I used to be around with, they were fucking losers. Right? They were fucking losers. Honestly. And yes, I did have some really good people that I've had in my life, but I took them for granted. I just took them for granted. You know, don't be like the guy who just always wants to fit in with like the guys who have this high status tier or like the popularity and this and that. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. Just don't. And don't just expect people to just come to you. If you want to find people who you truly relate to, I mean, you can go on these Discord communities. You can go on these online communities that we see. I'm probably maybe might start a community one day that with like a lot of guys who are really good at what they do and like-minded individuals. But if you really want to find one, then I'll probably just make one eventually. However, it's just so hard these days. That's why it's just that's the reason why we're just not in that stage of success because the environment that we've been around with, we often see guys who are just lazy, misguided, telling you the wrong advice they've been told by Red Pill or by all this stuff about how to fuck and stuff like that. And that's just not how we should live that way. You know, yeah, we're meant to thrive, but we need to just get into a community with just people that we just truly resonate with. And I know like when you're in school, you don't get to choose your people, right? Because when you're in school, you've been assigned to just have classmates with these people, and with that environment, I guess it's kind of hard these days. However, if you have the willpower to do so, then that's the biggest opportunity. That's the reason why whenever we've been told like we should surround ourselves with our environment and design our environment, it's a yes or no. Because when it comes to environment, like environment can be very useful for things that is within your control, but environment can just be very useless for things that just isn't in your control. So that's the reason why you need willpower for other purposes. You need to just resist to the temptations that is within you, because the truth is, especially when you're in school or especially when you're at work or especially when you're in other places, you can't really always control your environment, but you can control how you react to the temptations of what is surrounded by you. You can respond. You can react. Like you can control how you respond to things, especially when you see these motherfuckers misbehaving and just being so immature and misguided. Honestly, bro. So you have a choice, right? You could abandon your friends or you could abandon yourself. You have a choice. Because if you're just gonna abandon yourself, you're throwing all the fortune that just aligns to your life. You probably won't get the significant other that you really want to be around with. You probably won't live that dream life that you want to. You probably won't even be around with this life that you've always dreamed of. You probably won't ever have a family. You'll probably be single for the rest of your life and just you'd be lonely, crippled, depressed. You'll probably be drunk, fat, and lazy. Or you could abandon them, where you will be more successful in life and you'll be able to find your purpose and your true meaning in life. So you have a choice, or else you go rot in chains.